أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي يسر ولا توسر وتمم بالخير ربي زدني علما ربي زدني علما ربي زدني علما أما بعد Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters, welcome to our Digital Maulvi LQ course. This is our fourth lecture. In this lecture, we are going to learn signs of ism. Signs means a word have a thing, a sign that will help you to recognize ism. If a word has those signs that I will mention on the board, there are two signs of ism. You can say there are two signs of ism. If a word has one of those signs, that means that word is ism. Okay, so let's look at the board. What are those signs? So number one is alif and lam, which is called al. Al, it means, you can say the. It means the. Okay, it means al, it means the. So this is the one of the category of this is one of the sign of ism. Okay, and number two is that we have learned in the first lecture, that is called harakat, and one of the types of harakat was tanween. So this is the second signs of ism, like tanween. Okay, you can say if a word has alif lam in the beginning, that word must be an ism. And if a word has one of these harakat, like not harakat, tanween, jabar, zer, do jabar, do zer, do pesh, that at the end, that word must be an ism. I will give you example that will help you to understand easily. Okay, so let's learn alif lam first. How the alif lam looks when it comes in the beginning of the word. Like if I mention a word like al-kitab, al-kitabu, al-kitabu, it means the book. If I break this word, like, then that will help you to understand it. Like for example, if I mention how it looks like in like alif lam, this word has alif lam plus kitab, bun. And one more thing is that you have to remember that when a word written when a word is written, normally a word is written like kitabun with do jabar, do pesh or do zer. But when alif lam comes in the beginning of the word, then this tanween remove and it becomes single harakat. Okay, the tanween go away and become single harakat, like al kitabu. If I mention like together al and kitabu, it becomes al kitabu. If I broke this word, then it become like al plus kitabun. Okay, so if I mix together, like if I mention like this together, that means it has single harakat and it has double harakat. Okay, so this is the one of the signs of ism. If a word has alif lam in the beginning, that word must fall into ism category. This is the biggest sign, you can say. This is the biggest sign of an ism. Okay, so if you find when you are going to read the Quran, and you will see many words has alif lam in the beginning, so that means you have to understand that word is ism. So in next video we are going to do an exercise how to recognize ism. Okay, so let's look at the board. That means al kitab plus kitabun, it becomes al kitabu. When a word written with when a word is written with alif lam, then the tanween go away. It becomes single harakat. Okay. So when a word written normally a word normally a word is to be a normally a word always has tanween. Okay. So this is the one of the sign. If I say al kitab, and there are many words that I have written like as-sirat. Al-Kitab, you will find this word in Quran like Surah number 2, verse 1. You will find that this word in that verse. Okay, so I'll mention to Quran 2. Quran, in Quran you will find Surah number 2, verse 1. Okay, verse 1 you will find this word. And as-sirat, as-sirat, ra and ta, as-sirat, as-sira, as-sirata, as-sirata. So as-sirata, what does it mean? It has alif lam and has sirat. As-sirat means the path. The path. The path. Is al means the and sirat means path. So that means as-sirat means the path. Okay. So and there are many words that you will find in Quran when you are going to read. So that means ism. So we are going to do an exercise in our second next video. So that will help you to understand easily. That will help you to recognize ism and ism in Quran. Okay. So in next, this was the first sign of ism, which is called alif lam, al. That means the. Okay. And number 2 sign is number 2 is tanween. Tanween like do zabar, do jer, and do pesh. Okay, so if a word has one of these harakat in the end, that word is also ism. Like if I mention kitabun. Kitabun means, what is the meaning of kitabun? Let's do it. What is the meaning of kitabun? A book. Now you can see this is a book. That means this kitabun, in kitabun it is also has article in this kitabun. In Arabic there is no word for article. Okay, there is no word for article in Arabic. So if you see a word like un, an, in, that means it has a or n. And if you see a word with al in the beginning, that word has the. Okay. So kitabun means a book. So this is the sign of ism. If a word has like kitabun, and if I will mention like kitabun, kitaban, like this, and kitabin. So that means if a word has un and in, one of these harakat, so if it means also a book. It is also means a book. So there is a difference between un and in. when we are going to make sentence with ism, then that will you are going to learn that also. So kitabun, kitaban, kitabin. If you see a word has un and in the end, that means that is the ism. That word is an ism. Okay. So next lecture we are going to do an exercise that will help you to recognize ism easily. Okay. So this was the sign of ism, like one of tanween and al. Okay. So this was the sign of ism. I hope you understand that what are the signs of ism. These two are the biggest sign of the ism, that if a word carry alif lam in the beginning, that word is an ism. And if a word has tanween, like do jabar, do zer, do pesh, tanween in the end, that word also ism. But remember one thing, that tanween and alif lam never comes together like this. If you will never see a word like ki ta bun. You will never see a word like look like this, al plus al and also tanween. No. These two signs never comes together. Remember that these two signs never come together. They always come separately. Okay. If a word has alif lam, like al kitab. If a word has alif lam, that means then that word will have single harakat in the end. Remember, if a word has alif lam in the beginning, then that word harakat, the end of that word harakat will be single harakat, like zabar, zer and pesh, single harakat. That word will have single harakat in the end. And if a word does not have alif lam in the beginning, so that word will have one of these harakat tanween, in the end. So remember these two signs, like alif lam and tanween never comes together. And you can also say that, like tanween means a, and a or n. Tanween means if I mention that word, like you can say, it will help you easily understand. It will help you to understand easily. Like if I say, what is the meaning of tanween? Tanween means a or an. Okay. So if you mention a word like which has tanween, like kitabun, that means it will carry also one of these article, like a or an. So if I say kitabun, that means a book. Okay. So what is the meaning of al? I have already mentioned al means the. And in English, you never say like the a book. You never say that. In Arabic, you will not say that. Al kitabun, not say that, because a book and the book never comes together. In English also, and in Arabic language, al and tanween never comes together. So remember that, right? If a word has alif lam, like al al-kitabu. So it means the book. the book. We never say the a book. We never say that the a book, like the a book, or we never say the a book like this. We never say that. Okay, remember, we never say that. We say the book or otherwise a book. So al kitab, we the word, if a word has al in the beginning, that means it will be translated as the book. If a word has tanween in the end, it will be translated as a book. So in English you never say the a book, or in Arabic you will never say al kitabun or al kitabun. You will never say that. We say al kitabu, otherwise you will say kitabun. Okay, so this was the signs. These were the two signs of ism. So in next lecture we are going to do an exercise that will help you to recognize ism easily. Okay, so this was our first lecture about ism, signs of ism. So I hope you understand, and if you don't understand, if you have any confusion with this topic, then let me know in this comment section. I will, inshallah ta'ala, I will try to help you. Okay, so you can join my digital Maulvi course also. It is free for everybody. Okay, so on screen you can see a number, that is my contact number. You can contact me easily on WhatsApp. You can contact me directly also. You can email me also. My email address also mentioned, I have mentioned on screen. Okay, so you can contact me anyway. Okay, so this was our lecture about signs of ism. I hope you understand. Wa akhiri dawana alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.